So we all know you and Eloise have had some great history together. How's it feel coming up against him on Sunday in those different circumstances?
Yeah, look, I suppose, yeah, as you said, we've had a very good relationship as players and as coaches and mates. But I haven't spoke to Ross now for, I know, since the season started. You know, I'm focused on what we can do and what I want best for our club. And yes, I want Ross to have success as a coach, but not when he plays against us.
You know some of his tricks of the trade, I'm sure, and as he would know yours. What's sort of the mindset to get them off the back foot on Sunday?
Yeah, look, they've you know, had a great start to the season, had a great pre-season as well, and you can see the way that the playing group for Brisbane have taken to Ross, and they've been very aggressive with their play. Their pressing is very good, so it's important for us that you know, we recognise where the spaces are on the pitch and look to play through their press.
And Carl, two sides that really enjoy attacking, sometimes too much attacking. Are you looking forward to playing, I guess, a side different from MacArthur, one that you can really exploit on the other side, the way they approach the game, just like your side?
Yeah, I think it will be a fairly open game. As I said, they're quite a high pressing team. You know, they want to play an attacking brand of football, you know, very similar to us. So it will be, I suppose at times it's going to be end to end. It's going to be entertaining, and that's what football should be. It should be enjoyable for the players to play and enjoyable for the supporters to come and watch.
And as mentioned previously, Ross obviously worked with you, under you here at United. Are you planning on throwing him a surprise or two?
No, not at all. I think you know, Ross knows me well enough that we don't make too many changes. I suppose we're a little bit similar in that way, that we can be quite stubborn with the way that we want to play football. So I don't think there'll be, you know, too many surprises from us, and there won't be too many surprises from them.
Speaking of surprises, I mean, the Foo Fighters, do you reckon that has any impact on the ground on Sunday? I know Brisbane had a concert recently and they had a bit of an upset there.
Yeah, look, I think Brisbane are doing the stadium tour, aren't they? They're going to every ground where there's been a concert on. But we're very fortunate that we've got great staff here at AVM that have really looked after the pitch. And when you go down on the pitch now and have a look at it now, you wouldn't even really be aware that there was a concert out there. You know, it's a credit to the staff that are here looking after the pitch. That's why it's the best pitch in Australia, because they have the best staff here looking after it.
And Carl, what do you take out of a game like the MacArthur game? Because obviously you, for obvious reasons, you were unhappy to close out the game, but you can say your side didn't play at its best, still scored 3 goals, but then threw the game away in 4 minutes. What do you take away from a game like that, coming into a completely different game like this?
Yeah, look, it's something that we've spoke a bit over the course of this season, over the course of my time as the coach, about being more consistent, about being more organised, I suppose, as well, defensively. And we can't, you know, I've said many a times this year that we can't concede that many goals if we want to win the championship. We have to be a lot tougher to beat. And, you know, when we play our good football, you know, it's very exciting, and there's not too many teams I don't think can stop us when we play our football, but we just have to be a lot more consistent with it. You know, we can't expect to play 10-15 minutes of football and expect to win a match. You know, the A-League is too difficult to do that, and that's something that we're working on, making sure we'll get that more consistency and more, you know, I suppose desperate when we defend. You know, we did it very well against Western United, and then that sort of let us down against MacArthur. So it's just getting that more consistent.
And it's clear you've worked on that. Obviously, the first 2 games of the season, you don't concede. The Western United game, a great defensive showing in the second half. But we've seen that obviously go out the window a couple of times in a couple of games. What do you think has, I guess, escaped you in those 2 games, as Sydney won and the last?
Yeah, I think a lot of it it's just our pressure on the ball. It's just not a back four problem. It's a problem all over the pitch. You know, we don't get enough pressure on the ball from our attackers, which makes it easier for them to make penetrating passes, and it makes it harder for the defenders to defend. And it's something that we've, you know, again had a good focus on this week, that the pressure on the ball has to be a lot better. There's no point, you know, going to put pressure on the ball and standing off a metre and still allowing them to play forward. And that's what happened far too much in the games that we've lost this year. The pressure just hasn't been good enough on the ball, and that's something that we need to make sure we get right every week.